a lot of agencies, again, they operate in such a way to where it originates from a mass recruiting mechanism, but they don't have a kind of system in place to develop people who maybe they've got potential, but they need more hand-holding initially and one-on-one training to get to the point to where they start to see some success. So what we see a lot in this business that I think contributes to the failure of 95% of agents, number one, is that there are sometimes are trainers out there or agents that recruit that really are absent from the actual development process of the agent. They're either up to their eyeballs in personal production or so busy that they can't train and be fully responsible for the development of their agent, or they may just have no street cred. I mean, they literally walked into the MLM or the agency and started recruiting people with a pulse without actually going out there and getting beat up and experiencing what it's like to sell. Excuse me. And then having wisdom that they can parlay and convey to their recruits to help them avoid the same pitfalls. So what you end up having are agents, you guys out there that join these companies, and they sound good on paper. And then when you join, you realize that the trainers are either way too busy to help you, which is a disservice to you because you're giving up a career opportunity to come in and take a risk. You should get service and support. You shouldn't be relegated as a third-class citizen here. You know, you should be first class because your potential to produce and make that trainer or that manager or the agency an override money is substantial. And you deserve to have support and training because of it. And likewise, if you're paired with somebody, as in many cases, with somebody who has had no experience at all actually selling, how can they even train you? I mean, think about it. I always like to use the analogy is if you are a medical student and you're learning surgery, why would you learn from somebody who has never actually cut a body open and have done the procedure you're supposed to learn? What would you even begin to learn from that person? And we're not talking like life and death here in the final expense or life insurance business, but nevertheless, we are talking about learning a skill set that's best learned from a master of the business that has been knee deep in prospecting, selling over the phone or in person. You're going to learn valuable lessons from somebody with street cred versus somebody who just was been told what to say and what to do, but has no firsthand experience. I hope that makes sense because for a lot of people, it doesn't. You need to have people who've been through the process and who actually care and are dedicated to developing you. And you find that very rarely in the MLM setup in a lot of agencies. And one of the things too that I think, and I can't help but to promote this concept because we've initiated it at DeFord Insurance Group, and it's made a profound, and I mean profound impact on the success of our agents, is the one-on-one mentorship model. Most insurance organizations follow the mass recruitment process. If there's any support or training, it's limited to videos and several days or longer before you get any sort of text back or email back trying to get help with placing business or underwriting your clients. And we followed something similar to that up to the end of 2022. Granted, we were a lot more engaged and the training was much better than average, but there was still room for improvement where one-on-one coaching and mentorship to answer the personal questions of the agent in a fast manner, in a structured manner, wasn't included in that program until we implemented it in 2023. There are just some things, as we've discovered doing this, that are best handled with real life conversations, not an email or a video. And when we implemented the mentorship model, more agents than ever had before had faster and larger success selling. We just interviewed a lady yesterday, Jane. She started work with me before the mentorship program last year and was writing some business, but not a lot, then moved into working with Joe. And she's written more business in the period of time she's worked with Joe Bushalaki, one-on-one mentorship and coaching, than she had ever had prior to that. She tripled her production on average, which has just been absolutely phenomenal. So I say all this because you really need to have this. This is something I thought was optional. In most agencies, there's not even really good basic group training, much less one-on-one mentorship training. And there's so much to be learned and gathered, and the learning curve just has progressed at a much faster rate with one-on-one mentorship. And if you're not getting that, I know from personal experience, with our improved success rates, there are agents who would fail had they not had the one-on-one mentorship program with us. So likewise, other agencies, if you're not getting a structured mentorship-based program, you're likely going to have a higher chance of failure. And so therefore, in my opinion, of course, I'm biased because I've seen it. I think one-on-one mentorship is non-negotiable. Every single agent should be getting that if they want to sell and be successful selling insurance.